War. War never changes.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Victory Gaming Network. For those of you watching, you already know who I am, and I am here with Rashawn, the Amazing Geek. If you look him up on YouTube, his channel should pop up. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about some ideas for the possibility of a Harry Potter, a story-driven RPG set in the Harry Potter universe, basically. So, obviously, to get the ball rolling, I was thinking, you know, if this were a thing, to have a character creation system, like in Mass Effect, Dragon Age, other RPGs, where it allows you to create your student and basically a backstory depicting your character's background, sort of like what we had in Dragon Age Origins. So this basically your character's background could be, you know, whether you have rich or poor parents, whether you're Muggle-born or pure-blood, etc. So what are your thoughts on that?
I think where you're going is right. I think you, like you said, like in Dragon Age, and games like that, you're able to choose certain qualities. As you know, in the Harry Potter universe, there's different aspects of magic that you can go into. There's transfiguration, there's charms, there's divination, there's a bunch of other stuff. You should be able to choose what you want to start off with, and then if you want to branch out later on into some other stuff, then you can be able to do that. But as character development, you should be able to pick those skills out, what you would be stronger in, what you'll be stronger in as a magical character, how you would be strong. You know what I'm saying? You try
Right.
What sect of magic that you would be awesome at. Pretty
Right,
much.
right.
I think that would definitely go into the character a lot. Like you were saying it, but also be able to pick out skills so you can, when you do head on to Hogwarts, you have an idea of what your skills would be. I don't want you to start at zero.
So I was thinking, in addition to choosing your character's backstory, maybe, you know, for those of you playing Dragon Age, for those of you who've played Dragon Age Origins, you'll know what I'm talking about. Basically, in Dragon Age Origins, if you picked like a dwarf, you had like you had your first like beginning, and it showed what it was like when you were living as a dwarf or a human, etc. And I'm thinking something like that could, similar to that, kind of be good here too. Maybe have a different opening scene or level, you know, whatever you want to call it, based on your character's backstory. So maybe showing a little bit about how your character grew up, having whatever type of parents that you chose. Now, I think, you know, after that, you know, I was thinking maybe too, what kind of game do you think would this work best as? Would you think maybe like an open world or a linear?
I would definitely enjoy an open world Harry Potter game, not strictly keeping you at Hogwarts and then graduating. I think you should be able to explore Diagon Alley, you should be able to explore Hogsmeade, you should be able to explore everything in magic that you are able to see in the books. You should be able to interact with those different parts of the Harry Potter world if it was open world. I would like it to be open world. That is my thing. Linear feels like it's just too quick for me. I feel like we're gonna get in there and get done, graduated, and be over with.
Right, and I think too, with an open world thing, is it would add a lot more to the game. You know, you'd have more possibilities for more side quests. Maybe, you know, if you had the ability in the game, or maybe at some point in the game, to become a Quidditch player, you could have sort of like side quests that are based around Quidditch available, or different things like that. You know, maybe like for example, you have to be like a certain year or a certain age to be able to enter certain areas in Hogsmeade, for example. Now, the next talking point here that I was thinking of is, so let's say when you get your letter to Hogwarts, right? And you go and you're sorted into your house. I was thinking maybe the house that you get sorted in maybe is based on your created character's backstory. Now, do you think that that would be a good idea, or do you think that that would be too restrictive? Because I was thinking maybe you get placed into the house based on your backstory, but what kind of witch or wizard you become is up to you.
I feel like if that is the way the game plays out, but you know how like there's some games where you can, like, you do have a backstory, but you can still say no.
Right.
Like, like, um, like when Harry put on the hat wanted to put him in Slytherin, but he said, no, I don't want to go to Slytherin, I want to go to Gryffindor. Saying if you're like one of those really sly characters, like say you wanted to build like a straight up evil character.
Right.
And then you would want to put him in Hufflepuff or Gryffindor or something like that.
Right.
It's you, like, you are able to make that decision on your own accord if you would like to. I'm not saying you have to.
Yeah.
Right, it has a dark history. If a person that has a dark past, you know that's where they're going.
Right.
Maybe you would be like, hey, no, I want to put this person in Hufflepuff to see how it works out, or in Ravenclaw to see how it works out, or like I said, Gryffindor to see how it works out. Just, you have that option if you want to.
Now, I mentioned the morality system already, correct?
You touched on it. Morality should be whatever choices you make throughout the game.
Yeah, like I think it should be based on the choices you make. Really, should depict what kind of witch or wizard you become. And so, in my opinion, I think even though you were to be sorted into a particular house, I think ultimately what would depict what kind of wizard or witch your character is should be based on the choices you make throughout the game. Right, now, here is a big question, and that is, who would the main antagonist, the main villain of the game be? Because, as we know, Voldemort had been around for a long time before before Harry. He'd been around for a while. So but see, the thing is, I think the only way to get a satisfying ending in the game would be with Voldemort would be to defeat him. But since Harry did that, it's not really possible. So who do you think would maybe be a good idea for a main antagonist? Because throughout the Harry Potter lore, there have been countless numbers of villains besides Voldemort.
Yes, like I said, something that's touched on, but we don't really get that much information.
Right.
I can keep saying that every topic. But I think it comes down to that morality clause. I think you're gonna have people that interact with you that you kind of piss off.
Right.
And they can build to be your enemy or not, kind of like.
So you're saying, like, based on your morality system, maybe it should be up to you who the villain is. Maybe based on how you treat people.
You remember, like, in the old Republic, if you like pissed somebody off like too much, they would attack you.
Yeah. Like, even some of your companions could actually do that as well.
It would be cool if you could, say you wanted to be back in, like, Dumbledore's time or Harry Potter time. You won't have that, precise main villain, but you are doing stuff to take him down.
Right. So we're going to move on to the final talking point here before the video drags on for too long. And that is, do you think that this should be set in an alternate timeline? For example, let's say, for example, maybe Harry Potter didn't actually defeat Voldemort and it's a whole different time. Maybe the game could take place during a timeline like that, and if so, Would you want spin-offs of Hermione and Ron as friends, or do you think it would be best to have completely new characters? I think I would like to have completely new characters if that were the case. Because it would be an alternate timeline, so who's to say that Hermione and Ron would have even survived, you know?
I wouldn't want to mess with the timeline. That is one thing I kinda am on the fence about. I wouldn't want anything changed to the timeline. I would like it intact.
Right, because I
like
think, of course, you know, if you have an alternate timeline, of course, it kind of opens up the opportunity for the lore to kind of be fucked up, you know. So, that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will have a link to his channel in the description below, as well as in a comment. And I will see you guys on the next episode. If you guys want to see more videos discussing, you know, nerd culture or pop culture type of things with Rashawn, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, take care.